Hello, welcome to the BT360 podcast, What's Up in Business Travel, a weekly podcast where we update you on what's up this week in the world of business travel. This podcast is great for those who need to know what's happening, all in less than 15 minutes. My name is Ash. Let's get started. It is Monday, November 10th, and we've completed week 45 of 2025. Are you enjoying this podcast? Does this podcast help you stay in the know? Be sure to tell us by sending us a text message. You can do that easily with a link that's available in our show notes. Now, let's get to the headlines. The Federal Aviation Administration has announced that 40 of the busiest airports in the country will see their traffic reduced to compensate for staffing shortages connected to the ongoing shutdown for the federal government. The agency is reducing traffic by 10% within the next week at 40 high-volume airports across the country, which will most likely see thousands of canceled flights and ripple effects to other airports not on the list. According to FlightAware data, U.S. airlines had canceled more than 1,000 flights by early evening on Friday, the first day of the FAA-mandated air traffic cuts. The figure amounts to 3.2% of the 25,000 flights that have been scheduled to depart on Friday from the U.S. according to Serum data. U.S. travelers have seen worse this year. On 3 occasions in 2025, more than 2,000 U.S. departures were canceled. The U.S. Department of Transportation has secured an additional $111 million for funding the Essential Air Service Program. Because of the government shutdown, which started on October 1st, the EAS program initially was set to run out of money by October 12th. The DOT on October 9th secured $41 million to keep the service afloat through early November. EAS serves rural communities with subsidies to airlines to operate routes that are typically not profitable. Alaska Airlines is one of the biggest benefactors of the program. Airline CEOs and other executives last week attended a roundtable with Vice President J.D. Vance and DOT Secretary Sean Duffy to discuss the effect of the shutdown on the country's transportation system. The government's shutdown effect on travel accelerated this past weekend. United Southwest American will offer refunds to any booked passenger, and Delta will offer refunds to any flyer traveling through one of the 40 markets impacted by the cuts. The airlines announced the policies as they prepare to reduce flights and rebook passengers. United said that it will focus flight cuts primarily in regional routes, with some cuts to domestic mainline operations that won't traverse between hubs. American, United, and Delta each have said that their international operations will not be impacted. Now in news that impacts the travel industry. The prolonged government shutdown is suppressing federal and military travel, and that's affecting Sabre's booking volume. Sabre President and CEO discussed the impact of the shutdown during the company's Q3 earnings call. October air distribution bookings fell about 3% points year over year, and the CEO expects that impact to continue in the fourth quarter. He also noted that military and civilian government bookings are a significant component of Sabre's business. In 2024, they were around 4% of Sabre's global air distribution volume. The third quarter was a good one for Sabre, with total distribution bookings up 3% year over year, and the air distribution bookings up more than 2%. Sabre rebounded from some softness in air bookings in July. September was strong, with air bookings up 7%. Hotel distribution bookings were up 6% in the quarter. Revenue in the third quarter increased 3% to $715 million. Net income totaled $48 million compared with a loss of $62 million in last year's Q3. Alaska Airlines will eliminate 10 San Francisco and Los Angeles routes next year while placing a greater emphasis on San Diego and Portland, Oregon. Alaska Airlines is cutting San Francisco's service to Salt Lake City, Phoenix, Boston, Austin, Newark, Orlando, and Burbank. Alaska Airlines is also ceasing service from Los Angeles to Las Vegas and Reno in Nevada and San Jose in California. Alaska will also reduce Los Angeles-Newark service from 3 times per day to only once per day. The cuts will be implemented at various times during the winter, spring, and summer months, corresponding with a substantial buildup by Alaska Airlines in San Diego and Portland. Year over year, Alaska has a combined 32% more seats scheduled in Q2 of 2026 out of San Diego and Portland, according to Serum data. The airline has almost 11% fewer combined flights scheduled from Los Angeles and San Francisco.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Imagine booking a flight, reserving a hotel, and filing your expense report, all during your favorite coffee break at your desk. That's what Interlining makes possible, a modern, all-in-one platform for business travel and expenses. Why choose Interlining? Because we combine smart technology with effortless workflows, helping companies save money while making travel simpler and faster for employees. Interlining, the smarter way to travel for work. Discover more at interlining.com.
Qatar Airlines said it has reached a new agreement with its pilots and flight attendants as it continues to restructure operations and cut costs. The deals were negotiated through labor unions representing Spirit's air crews, specifically the Airline Pilots Association and the Association of Flight Attendants. No details were provided, but Spirit implied in a statement that one or both worker groups took a pay cut. Spirit's senior leaders have committed to taking a salary reduction at a percentage not less than the pilots group's reduction. The agreements must still be ratified and signed off by the court overseeing Spirit's bankruptcy. If the deals are approved, they would create enough savings for the airline to take another draw from its debtor-in-possession financing facility. If the airline's restructuring plan is successful, officials predict a return to profitability by 2027. Let's get to the news of mergers and new partnerships. Cathay Pacific plans to buy back the 9.6% stake it sold to Qatar Airways in 2017. The proposed purchase price is almost $900 million. Qatar bought the stake for $662 million. Cathay had prolonged losses during the pandemic, a situation that was exacerbated by mass protests and political strife before COVID, and by Hong Kong being one of the largest global destinations to end the pandemic travel restrictions in April 2023. The share repurchase price follows a strong post-pandemic recovery. During the first half of 2025, the Cathay Group, which includes Cathay Pacific and low-cost airline HK Express, reported a profit of $476 million, its third straight profitable first half. Cathay Pacific's flying is also recovered. In the 12 months that ended in October, the airline flew 12.4% more seats than in the first 12 months that ended in October 2019, according to Cirium. Talma Travel Solutions has acquired Sydney-based Bay Travel Group for $10 million in a deal set to increase its presence in the Asia-Pacific region. The acquisition is the latest in a series of deals for Talma as it pursues an aggressive international growth strategy. In May, Talma acquired a controlling interest in U.S.-based Solutions Travel, a deal that was executed through Talma's North American subsidiary, Brickell Travel. That followed Talma's acquisition of UK-based Nora Travel Group in March 2022 and Blue Cube Travel in October 2024. Talma Travel Solutions has announced plans for further expansion in the Asia-Pacific region in 2026 through additional acquisitions and strategic partnerships. Southwest Airlines has begun interlining with Philippine Airlines. It is Southwest's fourth interline partnership this year, joining Iceland Air, EVA Air, and China Airlines. The interline agreement facilitates connections between Southwest and Philippine networks via Honolulu, Seattle, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Philippines serves those cities from its hub in Manila. Single itinerary bookings are now available through direct Philippine Airlines and third-party channels, including GDSs. They are not available via Southwest channels. Southwest said that the arrangement has opened up dozens of new travel options across the Pacific. Travel technology platform Oversea has launched NDC reshopping capabilities with FCM Travel, enabling EDIFACT bookings to be converted to NDC bookings when the rebooking is beneficial. The solution, which FCM and Oversea, formerly called Fairfly, are rolling out to mutual customers, identifies those EDIFACT bookings for which an NDC booking would have been better for the company while adhering to policy, and automates the steps to make that rebooking. FCM will continue to provide servicing and support for the bookings following the conversion, and the companies receive data on the conversions to help craft their strategies. Oversea and FCM said that they're coordinating for phased rollouts of joint customers for their mutual customers. And now, news of new travel services and improvements. IAG, the London-based parent company of airlines like British Airways and Spain's Iberia, have reached an agreement to install Starlink-enabled wireless internet across its subsidiaries' fleets. In a statement, IAG said Starlink Wi-Fi will be made available on over 500 aircraft operating both short and long-haul routes for British Airways, Iberia, Aer Lingus, Level, and Vueling. The first flights with Starlink Internet will operate in 2026. In its own statement, Iberia said it will make Starlink Internet available to passengers in all classes for free, but it is not clear if the other airlines will do the same. Once the installation is complete, IAG will be the largest operator of Starlink-connected aircraft in Europe. UK-based booking specialist Evolvi Rail Systems has launched European Rail across its API connection. Evolvi, which is part of Portman Travel Group and used by 130 TMCs, is now offering content from major train operators, including Eurostar and French rail operator SNCF. Evolvi revealed it was working on this development in early 2025. The company said that the international rail has been integrating into its existing API messaging structure, with travelers who use TMC booking tools receiving electronic tickets directly into their email inboxes. Evolvi added that the initiative allows TMCs to offer international rail bookings without having to agree to their own direct contracts with European operators. The company plans to add more international train operators in the very near future. Delta Airlines' newest experience, Delta Comfort Basic, is now on sale for travel starting on or after November 19th. The move adds a basic option to Delta Comfort, giving travelers the perks of that class, mainly the extra legroom, dedicated overhead space, Zone 3 boarding, and complimentary wine and beer, but at a lower price point. Travelers operating for Comfort Basic, the entry point into Delta's premium cabin, instead of the traditional Comfort tickets, are essentially trading flexibility and the ability to get a refund for a lower price within the Comfort cabin. Delta Comfort Basic will sit below Delta Comfort and Delta Comfort Extra. The new class will be available for revenue tickets. Customers purchasing tickets with miles will not be able to get a Delta Comfort Basic ticket. And finally, technology news. Corporate travel management platform TravelPerk has rebranded to Perk in a move to unite travel and spend in one intelligent AI native platform. Perk said that the rebrand is intended to move the company closer to eliminating what it calls shadow work. It defines that as the invisible non-core work that employees do outside their main job. This could include tasks such as booking trips, filing expenses, coding invoices, and overseeing approvals. In the research Perk commission from Forrester Consulting, data shows that these tasks cost businesses approximately $1.7 billion annually. The survey included responses from 700 decision makers in finance, HR, IT, and 8,000 employees across 20 industries and 6 economies. Besides the new name, Perk announced it is establishing dual headquarters in Boston and London to reflect its global scale and ambition and to support the next phase of growth. Perk currently reports more than 1,800 employees across 12 global offices. All Nippon Airways NDC content is now available from Sabre connected agencies through the Sabre Mosaic travel marketplace. The ANA NDC content via Sabre, which agencies can shop and book and service, is available in more than 40 countries. Having had 3 recent technology failures, Alaska Air Group has hired IT consultant firm Accenture to conduct a comprehensive audit of its technology systems. Alaska was impacted by an October 29th outage within the Microsoft Azure platform, which hosts several systems for Alaska and Hawaiian Airlines. The failure crashed online capabilities for several hours for both airlines. On October 23rd, a failure at Alaska's primary data center caused an 8-hour ground stop and led to more than 400 cancellations over 2 days. That failure impacted more than 50,000 Alaska customers via cancellations and delays. 3 months earlier, on July 21st, Alaska ground stop was caused by another technology failure. That one led to 200 cancellations and impacted more than 15,000 customers. With that, thank you for joining us, and I would like to ask you to tune in again next week on Monday morning to get your weekly update. We hope that you will make this a regular part of your week and listen in while you're on the move or sitting back and sipping your coffee. You can subscribe to this podcast by searching Business Travel 360 on Apple or Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, or Pandora. Be sure to share this podcast with everyone you know so that they can also benefit from getting to know more about what's up in business travel. You can always find more information on businesstravel360.com. Have a great day and travel well.